been quite a while and I'm sorry for my absence. I've been busy and I was only recently able to get back into making videos. So here we go with a domestic trip report from China. I flew a few months back. I was in China for 3 months on exchange in Hangzhou, and this is a weekend trip I made up north to Xi'an. Xi'an is probably best known for its terracotta army and is also a prominent tourist spot. I went there with a few friends and getting there meant a 2-hour hop on a variety of Chinese carriers. I booked myself on the noon Hainan Airlines A330 flight. Yes, Hainan Airlines, I know what you're thinking, but please do watch on from when we set out at 9 in the morning. After an hour, we're at the glass terminal of Hangzhou Airport, which is somewhat big. Having no check-in luggage, we were quickly done and I got a window seat on this supposedly Hainan Airlines flight. We decided to get a quick breakfast before heading out. And here we learned that our flight would be delayed by an hour, which wasn't that bad to be honest. I didn't mind the delay, but when we reached our gate, things were about to get worse. After an hour of sitting around, a random official came by and said that the flight would be delayed by 4 hours. Now this was a pretty bad delay. He asked those who didn't have check-in luggage to follow him, and so we did, out into the departure hall. He asked everybody to queue up and he'd put the first 10 people on the 12 PM flight and the rest on the 3 PM flight. We of course didn't get the earlier flight because we didn't run fast enough. So we somehow ended up queuing in front of the China Eastern check-in counters. And as it turned out, I'd be flying a completely new airline and a completely new flight number as well. And that explains the title of this video. I'm not exactly sure why there was a 4-hour delay, but well, that's life. Although I'm a bit sad of losing out on the A330. At the very least, they did give us an okayish lunch. So after a long wait, we were finally boarding a plane. Our next flight too was delayed by a bit, again due to unknown reasons. We were bused to the plane instead of using a normal gate. The aircraft was a brand new A321 with sharklets in the new China Eastern livery, which in my opinion looks excessively bland. I mean, it's just white. So once I sat in, the seats and the seat covers of the plane make it feel like I'm flying on a low-cost carrier. Perhaps the only giveaway is the overhead screens, which I didn't really end up watching later on.
Welcome aboard China Eastern Airlines, a member of SkyTeam Alliance. This flight is bound for Urumqi via Xi'an. This is your cabin person speaking. It's great to have on this Airbus 321. Thank you for flying with us. Our flight distance from Hangzhou to Xi'an is 1,400 kilometers.
guess if I were on the Hainan A330, there would have been PTVs to occupy my time. But anyway, they served food a while after takeoff, and the choice was chicken or pork, and I think I got the pork, which was served with rice and some boiled veg, with a bun, salted pickle and water. The whole meal tasted pretty much the exact same way it looks. And I got an orange juice to go as my drink with it. And well, we got a second round after that when the crew came by. I got a Coke. Well, for the next hour or so, I didn't really feel like taking up my book, so I flipped through the magazine and looked out the window. I guess I was just tired after being stuck at the airport for over 5 hours with nothing much to do as well. China doesn't really have major low-cost carriers, so flights end up being not exactly cheap, just like this one right here. In most cases, people end up taking the high-speed train if they can, but well, for us there wasn't exactly the best choice. And with that, I've completed my very first domestic flight in China. It was a pretty cool experience even with the very long delay that I encountered. So, the legroom on these seats is pretty decent and is a lot more comfortable than it looks, so I'm gonna give an 8.5 out of 10. IFE wise, well, you're only left with the overhead screens for this flight, and the content on it was just plain boring. So you're pretty much left with only looking at either the IFE magazine or maybe just sleeping. So I will award a subpar 5 out of 10 for this. The meal was tasteless and bland but still edible. The portions were not too bad and the addition of 2 drinks was pretty swell. However, I don't think it would be that hard to serve something decent. Hence, I will give a normal 6. The crew on this flight was sort of non-existent, with no smiles and just a lackluster attitude overall. I found this quite consistent on all the Chinese airline flights I took, and so I will just give a 5 out of 10. While not what I wanted and not exactly a great experience, China Eastern did manage to get me to Xi'an without anything bad happening. Well, the delay was not their fault anyway. If anything, MU seems like an LCC with a few benefits thrown in. Hence, this flight gets a combined total of
摄氏度98华氏度，飞机还在滑行，请不要站起来，保持安全带。本航班前往乌鲁木齐的旅客，请您 I look forward to serve you again.
So I'd be in Xi'an for 4 days, and here's a few pictures of what I did. Including scaling the mountain Huashan, which took a pretty long 8 hours. And I must say that the food in Xi'an is wonderful. That should be it. Thanks so much for watching, and well, I can't guarantee when the next video might be, but do stay subscribed to find out, and bye bye.